Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes G7 to draw up AI Code of Conduct this autumn. Kishida Timor-Leste says China does not want to develop security infrastructure over fears of Australia's overreaction. NFL Week 5, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce lead Kansas City past Minnesota. Apple's superphone weighs less and zooms further. China targets 30% growth in computing power in race against US. G7 to draw up AI Code of Conduct this autumn. Kishida. Japan Times. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida of Japan has proposed a plan to hold a video conference with group of 7 leaders in order to develop international guidelines and a code of conduct for developers of artificial intelligence (AI) tools. The plan was unveiled at a special session of the UN-sponsored Internet Governance Forum in Kyoto. The proposed guidelines and code of conduct are part of the Hiroshima AI process, an initiative for international best practices regarding AI. Timor-Leste says China does not want to develop security infrastructure over fears of Australia's overreaction. ABC. Chinese diplomats have reportedly turned down requests to develop police and military infrastructure in Timor-Leste due to concerns over an overreaction from Australia. Timor-Leste's president, José Ramos Horta, stated that China had deliberately turned down offers to help develop defense infrastructure due to Australia's sensitivities. However, he also noted that the Australian government was not concerned about Timor-Leste's new partnership with China, as they understood the country had no desire to build a security relationship with Beijing. Australian officials have been monitoring China's movements in Timor-Leste due to concerns over Beijing's strategic ambitions in the Pacific. NFL Week 5, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce lead Kansas City past Minnesota. The Globe and Mail. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Minnesota Vikings 27-20 in a game where Minnesota had a few chances to tie the game in the final 5 minutes. The Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, threw 2 touchdown passes in the third quarter to Travis Kelce, who briefly left the game with an ankle injury. Mahomes had 281 yards, no turnovers, and completed 31 of 41 passes. The Vikings quarterback, Kirk Cousins, threw 2 touchdown passes but was unable to overcome a hamstring injury to wide receiver Justin Jefferson and a lack of timeouts from earlier mismanagement of the game. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys 42-10 to extend their dominance over Dallas. The 49ers led 14-0 before the Cowboys got their first down and were never really threatened. The 49ers quarterback, Brock Purdy, threw 3 of his 4 touchdown passes to George Kittle. The Cowboys quarterback, Dak Prescott, was sacked 3 times and threw 3 interceptions. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Buffalo Bills 25-20 in London. The Jaguars won back-to-back games in London and ended Buffalo's 3-game winning streak. The Jaguars running back, Travis Etienne, rushed for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Bills quarterback, Josh Allen, threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for another. Apple's superphone weighs less and zooms further. The Guardian. Apple's iPhone 15 Pro Max is a significant step forward for the iPhone, with a lighter weight and new features such as a powerful camera and USB-C port. The phone is priced at £1,199, $1,199, for the 256GB model, making it one of the most expensive smartphones on the market. However, the lighter weight and titanium sides make it feel less cumbersome than previous models. The phone also offers a high-quality screen, an action button that can be customized to perform different functions, and a switch from Lightning to USB-C for charging and accessories. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is the first iPhone to feature the A17 Pro chip, which offers 10% faster performance and more powerful graphics. The phone's camera is one of the best in the industry, with a 5x optical zoom and the ability to shoot portrait photos automatically. The iPhone 15 Pro Max offers a long battery life, fast charging, and a larger storage capacity as standard. However, it is still a very expensive phone and faces strong competition from other smartphones on the market. Overall, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a high-quality, feature-rich smartphone, but it may not be worth the high price tag for all consumers. China targets 30% growth in computing power in race against US. Reuters. China plans to increase its aggregate computing power by over 30% by 2025, according to a plan released by authorities. The plan, released by 6 Beijing departments including the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, MIIT, aims to reach a total computing power of 300 EFLOPS, 1 quintillion floating-point operations per second, by 2025. China's computing power has already reached 197 EFLOPS this year, up from 180 EFLOPS in 2022. The The plan also includes building more data centers across the country and improving computational infrastructure in western China. Schaeffler AG to submit tender offer for Vitesco Technologies. Reuters. German EV components maker Vitesco Technologies has announced that Schaeffler AG, controlled by Germany's billionaire Schaeffler family, will launch a tender offer to all shareholders. The offer will be to acquire all no par value registered shares for €91, $96.02 per share, which is a 21% increase on Friday's closing price. The offer will not be subject to a minimum acceptance rate. The aim of the takeover is to create a leading motion technology company with 4 focused divisions and revenues of approximately €25 billion. Vitesco Technologies is valued at €3.64 billion. Schumer rips China response to Israel-Hamas war on visit. Bloomberg. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer criticized China's response to the recent conflict between Israel and Hamas. During a meeting with China's top diplomat, Wang Yi, Schumer expressed disappointment that the Chinese Foreign Ministry's statement did not show support for Israel. Schumer urged China to condemn the attacks by Hamas and stand with the Israeli people. The U.S. delegation also discussed economic reciprocity and other issues such as the fentanyl crisis, human rights, and China's support for Russia's actions in Ukraine. Schumer and his delegation hope to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping during their visit to China. Israel's tech sector could face disruptions after attacks, investors say. Reuters. Tech companies in Israel are expected to strengthen security measures following violent attacks by Hamas gunmen. High-tech industries are a crucial part of Israel's economy, accounting for 14% of jobs and almost a fifth of GDP. Israeli stock and bond prices have fallen as a result of the attacks, and many businesses have been closed. Analysts have predicted that resources could be diverted from the tech industry if the conflict continues, potentially affecting chip production and staffing at companies. Dear viewers, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world, here to bring you a summary of the latest news. Today we covered a wide range of topics, from international diplomacy to sports and technology. Let's dive in. First, we discussed Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's proposal to develop international guidelines and a code of conduct for AI developers. This is an important step in ensuring responsible and ethical AI practices. As AI continues to advance, it's crucial to have guidelines in place to protect users and prevent any potential misuse. Next, we talked about Timor-Leste's relationship with China and Australia. It seems that China's decision to decline offers to develop security infrastructure in Timor-Leste was influenced by concerns over Australia's reaction. This highlights the complex dynamics between these countries and their strategic interests in the Pacific region. Moving on to sports, we covered the NFL Week 5 games. The Kansas City Chiefs emerged victorious against the Minnesota Vikings, thanks to the impressive performance of quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce. The San Francisco 49ers also dominated the Dallas Cowboys, while the Jacksonville Jaguars ended the Buffalo Bills' winning streak in London. Shifting gears to technology, we discussed Apple's latest release, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This new model boasts a lighter weight, powerful camera, and other new features. While it offers a high-quality experience, it comes with a hefty price tag. So, whether it's worth the investment depends on individual preferences and budgets. In the realm of computing power, China has set a target to increase its computing power by 30% by 2025. This demonstrates China's commitment to technological advancement and its determination to compete with the United States in this field. We also touched upon the takeover offer by Schaeffler AG for Vitesco Technologies, a German EV components maker. This move aims to create a leading motion technology company, showcasing the ongoing developments in the electric vehicle industry. Lastly, we highlighted U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's criticism of China's response to the Israel-Hamas conflict. Schumer urged China to show support for Israel and condemn the attacks by Hamas. The visit by Schumer and his delegation to China also covered other important topics, including economic reciprocity and human rights. Additionally, we discussed the potential disruptions faced by Israel's tech sector following the recent attacks. The tech industry is a vital part of Israel's economy, and any disruptions could have significant consequences. It will be important to monitor how this situation unfolds and its impact on the industry. That wraps up today's news. I hope you found the updates informative and entertaining. Now, I invite you, my clever and curious viewers, to share your thoughts and questions. What are your perspectives on these topics? I'm eager to hear your ideas. Remember, in the 6 Degrees world, knowledge is power, and your voice matters. So, let's engage in a lively discussion, and together, we can uncover new insights and broaden our understanding of the world. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.